Hello there, this is Source Expanse and this is my first YouTube video. This is the video about ChainStone flying machines, especially the bidirectional one. ChainStone is Minecraft modification for carpet mod and it was yesterday showcased by Nembon. I'll put the link in the description if you haven't watched it already. It might be handy if you want to understand how the ChainStone works, because in this video I'll focus mostly on the flying machines. So basically the ChainStone now works kind of slime block or honey block, but it takes only the blocks it is visually connected to. Like this or this. Yep. Okay, did you get it? I think those unique features may come handy quite often. But it is also harder to design flying machines using it. Nebon suggested that it might be impossible to design two-direction one using only the ChainStone. So I just opened my experimental world and I spent some time playing with the machines and designing some. And honestly, this is the feature that convinced me yesterday to download the carpet mod and test it, and I love it already. Okay, let's get to version first. So this is the first actually working version of the flying machine I designed. So there are two pulling pistons. One is pulling the another piston and one is pulling the observer. I think you can actually get rid of the chain between the piston and observer. Yeah. I just wanted to make some modifications, so let's go to the second version of mine. I decided I just need to get rid of one piston and make a flying machine using only two ones. It should be possible, right? The piston below pulls the chain and the chain pushes chain which is connected to the observer and piston, and then the bottom piston pulls the chain which is connected to the upper piston. And yeah, it works just fine. Now let's go to the third design, and this is the final one. So after designing this one, I was pretty sure that yeah, you can definitely make two-directional flying machine. This design uses only two pistons and two observers, and it fits in 2x2 area. There is only a few chains, so it should be possible to push this thing into the opposite direction, right? If this machine is pushed, then the chains, which are on the top and the bottom, will go with it. So it should work, right? Actually, no, it doesn't. If you look closely, you can see that the chain above the piston takes the piston with it. So actually, the bottom piston, when retracting, is taking both of the chains with it, and it will break. Let's go to the next version. So this is almost the working design. This thing actually works. It needs extended push limit to make it work, but we are already on a good way, right? Just one more change and we will have a working two-directional flying machine. So let's get to final design, and the change between this one and the last one, those two chains are horizontal instead of vertical. Thanks to this, if the piston retracts, then it takes with it only the top piston and not the bottom one. So we minimize the machine and it's still working fine. And now it doesn't even need the extended push limit. So it should work on a regular world if you enable ChainStone. The first time you run it, you need to push those middle pistons in the right order. First the bottom and then the top one. So let's do it again. And now it's flying. And it obviously stops because of the obsidian pillar. To run it in the second direction, you need to activate the bottom pushing piston and then the top one. And then just trigger the engine, and that's it. The machine can go in both directions. So yeah, let's go to the final station, and this is the final design of everything. This is the one you have seen at the start of this video. So you just activate 2 pistons and then trigger the engine. And as you can see, the returning station is pretty simple, but it still works fine. It should first go to this torch, then this torch, and then finally this torch. I think it's quite simple. So now it's stopped. Now we can just send the signal and it should start the other way. It doesn't have to return right after arrival, right? You can just make a timer or something. So, did you like it? Do you think I should record more technical Minecraft videos? Let me know in the comments, but before we finish, let me show you some possible optimizations. Maybe you can shrink the machine further and make it with just 6 pistons. Or maybe you can get rid of the pushers at all and make it with just 4 pistons. If you actually find a way, let me know in the comments, please. And if you want to discuss the project itself, there will be also the link to the Reddit discussion about it. So let's see what optimizations should be possible. This is 3x1 design. It's even smaller, right? This design can fit into 5x1 hole. It still uses only 2 piston pullers. And this is design where both of the pullers are on the same level, but it's still 2x2 design. I think if you want to minimize the 2-directional flying machine, you should consider one of those 2 designs. Actually, if you enable movable block entities, you can swap one of the chains with the chest, right? Isn't it funny? It may be useful, especially if you put the chest in the 2-directional one. So yeah, these are some my attempts, but yeah, they are not working at all. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time.